bugs get out.
Oh yeah, so I've heard many times.
Okay. Are we ready? Oh.
Don't think I have anywhere to plug this in. I just wanted my thing just in case.
Hey, it's okay. Yeah, I think if it goes. What's up, guys? We're going live. Where's that, Tiana? Adina's over here. It's an interesting little setup. Watch this. So we have a live video on Instagram.
Is that Instagram?
Yep.
And this is Facebook? Oh, Etiana's doing Facebook.
I'm getting on Facebook right now.
It's my fault. We're running behind. So.
What's
it's all of our fault. Let's be real.
I'm not recording yet on here. So.
No, but we should probably.
Yeah. So we have some people showing up. What's up? Ouch. It's so weird I had to hit my nose on this.
Oh, okay.
So we're recording over there.
Yep.
We have live here.
You're live right there.
And then
we're gonna go live right
there's
there.
Tiana right there.
It's so close to my face.
It's
but
okay.
It's not live yet. I wanted to go.
Are you gonna prop it up like over here? How can I help you?
I think you can use, there you go.
I'm gonna use the books over here.
Guys,
There
you're witnessing.
You're watching the behind the scenes.
Oh my gosh.
Well, quit hitting it.
Hey, everybody. Man, you guys are up close and personal watching us. All right.
Where do I go to do this?
You already had it. You had it. Go back to that post.
I know,
Like you were going to
but
post.
I felt like
Scroll up.
I go to publish.
Yeah, and then live video. There we
Okay.
go. There's Tiana.
I want to see
Separate
our
audio.
live video.
This is so it's so close.
It's okay. Because they can see us on Instagram. Why don't you show Adina
Well,
over there?
I haven't even hit it yet.
You have to have some patience.
We're trying, people.
All right.
Let's
There you go. Adina. Make sure you.
yeah.
I want Adina to be
You just
seen.
can't.
Yeah, me and Tiana are in this shot. And Adina can get
It's
over
from
there.
I can pull back out.
I mean,
No.
I think you're good, dude.
Okay.
oh gosh. Just try to skip
All right,
over.
we're starting the live video.
There you go. All right, guys.
There you
We're
go.
live on every
platform.
And make sure we're recording.
Okay, let's check. I want to see where it says "Made for More."
Yeah.
It's going live. Why doesn't it show me that?
Oh, that's gonna take.
There
a
we
little
are.
Woohoo.
There we are. I'm gonna turn the volume down so I can watch us.
Yeah, watch the comments and whatever if we have any. So we're gonna get started here in a second. Everybody on YouTube, behind the scenes, we are going live. Thanks for joining us. But here we go, episode 21. Adina, you ready to go?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right.
Oh look, Jay
Gotta chug
Mayo's
this.
watching.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
Who?
I got
Jay
Facebook.
Mayo.
Jay.
Hold on. J Mayo, I love and miss you.
All right, let's go.
I gotta finish this real quick.
Then he has to burp 3 times.
300 times. This is not an ad, but it should be.
All right. What did Jay say?
Your writing is backwards. I know, Jay.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Sorry.
Let's go.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Mario for the Made for More Consulting Podcast, and tonight is all about Q&A. You guys have asked the questions, and we're going to bring the answers. It's exciting tonight. Adina, welcome.
I am really excited about this. I love the idea of a Q&A and actually interacting with the people.
Yeah. So if you're listening at a later time and you missed out, maybe we'll do this again. Etiana, hello, you're right here. You can see her on Instagram and then Facebook over there. So you guys are already on. So live Q&A, excited. Again, just something that we just wanted to do differently. And so, if you're listening at a later time, we'll do this again. Just stay tuned.
And I think this is one of the things that we talk a lot about with the Made for More community is really having that community and making it, where we want to be a part of it, and we want to be a big giant family. And so I think this is a great way to do that. So
that's right.
Let's go.
All right. So some people are coming on, and if you feel free to say hi to people. We got Christina, and we have a few people over here.
When I see Ashley, yes, and I want to say too is that this is a great way to ask the questions.
Yeah, if you have a
question, a comment, but something that you have, you've listened to a previous podcast and you think, oh, I remember this, or I have a question, or whatever. Just let us know. That's why we're here.
Just make sure you watch that Mayo guy. Make sure if we need to kick him for being inappropriate, we can.
Okay.
So anyways, Tyler's on. Christina. Tyler's not here. He's joining us. So tonight again, Adina, it's all about the questions they asked, and we're gonna give the answers. So here we go. Right into question number 1.
Let's go. Question number 1. How about I'll read it? You ready?
Yep.
How would you encourage teams to keep their people from leaving for more pay because someone poached them? So let's talk a little bit about that situation. Because
So,
I didn't really know what that meant when I
Yeah.
read the question. You had to explain it to me a
Yeah,
little
so
bit.
if you're watching or if you're listening, man, right now we're in an area where all this unemployment is being given to people, which some people have to use it to live off of, right? Some people are just taking advantage of it, really don't care about that. But what happens is when people are gathering unemployment and it's higher than normal, they live off of that. And so what happens is everybody doesn't have to work. So now everybody's upping their pay. So you run by McDonald's here in Leander and it's $14, $15 an hour. Well, if I'm at Pizza Hut and it's $8, I can walk across the street and get a job for $15 an hour. So if you can afford to pay that, or let's say you and I own a restaurant, and we walk into somebody's restaurant, Chili's or something, and we go, hey, this waiter or waitress is really good. And we go, hey, tomorrow we'll start you at $20 an hour. Just walk in. You just poach somebody that's not your employee, and they're coming to work for you. And so we're seeing a lot of that in the industries where people are just hiring left and right. And I know they're about to stop the unemployment, they're lowering it. So hopefully this will help. It's an endless cycle. It's just not a good cycle to be in, because if you're not working, you don't have the workers, then you don't have people that are going to do the job. And then you have people complaining because there's nowhere to eat and no one to help.
Well, I could say that even if you took away all of this stuff with the economy and unemployment, anytime if I have a company or organization and somebody comes across the street and says, hey, like, I think you do a really good job. Would you consider coming and working for me for $1 more an hour, $2 more an hour? I could see that. And part of me is like, that's really smart for that company. Like, let's find somebody who I know is doing a good job, especially in customer service. But as the company, the original company of, where the person is working. So the question is, what can we do as that company? How do we keep those people? Maybe when we can't pay them $4 or $5 more an hour that people are making across the street. So what do we do?
So number 1 is the culture. You have to have a culture in place already that kind of breeds like community, family, things where they know you care about them. Not, hey, this person's just here because they work on the line or they sell shoes, whatever it is. You gotta have a culture where everyone, like, the leader cares about you, the boss cares about you, because if you do that, you're walking away from something that you go, man, I'm not going to find this anywhere else. I think number 1 is culture. Make sure you have a culture that is, again, teamwork, team mentality. You know your people. The second thing as well is let them know that you know what's going on. Hey, I know people are out there trying to get you to work. Let me tell you, we have something in the works. But you have to put your money where your mouth is and go, hey, maybe we can offer incentives. Like, maybe we can have, in the next 3 months, we'll give you a $2 raise. Or we're going to add insurance. We're looking into that. Or, hey, we're going to give you mental health, a couple of days off. You have to think outside the box, but it's caring for your people. It's that whole thing. Remember, people aren't going to buy our product unless your employees do.
Well, I think in the realm of culture is I think about relationship. Like, you have to have a relationship with the people that you work with and the people that work for you.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to know that you care. You have to have that two-way street, because it is really easy to just walk across the street and take more money.
Yeah, because think about abstractions. If it is all about money to the boss, like I'm more concerned about the output and getting money than as the worker. If that's all you care about, then I'm going to go for the money. If you care about money, then I'm just going to walk across the street because that's all you care about. So that's my mentality too. Hey, you don't know me, you don't know my situation, you don't care about my schedule, you just care about me selling. So guess what? They care about me over there, and they said I'm going to have incentives. They have a great program, and I'm going to go over there.
When I love the idea, like you said, thinking outside of the box. It doesn't have to be more money hourly. There are lots of things that it can be, and those are the priceless things.
So we work with a company that shut down for 2 days to give their entire 2 locations, a mental health day. And when they did that, the customer spoke back on their social media and said, thank you for doing that. Man, we love you guys. And when you reopen, we're coming back even stronger. And I think in the end, when you serve other people, it's going to pay dividends in the end. So, yeah, sorry.
That's good. Yeah, we're like, stop clicking that.
So yeah, guys, if you're in the live, I know at some point we're going to give away some merch.
That's right. We didn't even say that. If you're watching, Mario wants to start giving stuff away. So
I'm going to put Etienne on the spot. So we're going to go over another question, but she's going to have to come up with a way to give away some merch. Maybe she has like some kind of random name drawer, and she's going to put everybody's name that's in there, and she's going to draw. And this first one will probably be a T-shirt. But again, Adina, how do you encourage? Man, if you're the owner or the boss, and you're just struggling keeping people, think back to the culture, think back to your why, and do your people know that? But if you're the employee that is going to walk away, maybe you should stay and help your team and help your boss take some ownership and go, hey, man, people are offering. Why can't I stay? I want to stay here.
Well, and I hope that whoever it is that they've already put some things in place. I hope that they're thinking ahead of that, because that's always going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like we talked about culture. I just got a text message that talked about how Facebook gives a childcare stipend for their employees.
Yeah.
That's just something that they're like, this is something outside of the box that we can do for our employees that isn't a dollar amount.
And so another thing that I'm hearing right now is the maternity leave for dads and moms, meaning, man, they got to pick up their game. I can't imagine my wife not being able to stay with my kids past, 90 days or whatever. I know there's a lot of weird things about that, right? But if you're on call all the time, and think through that. Care about your employees so they can care about you.
Well, and right now, I know a really big thing with employees. Whoa, just lost a feed. A really big thing with employees right now is time. And so I think there are people out there who would rather make the same amount per hour, but they want time. They want time off, So, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, I lost Instagram. It just dropped. Christina says, yes, so many companies offering paternity leave too. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
she's right there with us.
Yeah. I hope that doesn't fall again. If it falls, it's Christina's fault. So, anyways, that was question number 1. Great question. Number 2, you want to go for that?
What advice would you give someone who feels like they are a strong team carrying a weak leader?
Man.
Oh, well, we're just about to do a whole thing on how to lead when you're not in charge. A whole new book on that.
So
that's great.
Right now, get your book, right?
How to lead when you're not in charge.
How to lead when you're not in charge. We're starting in 3 weeks. Because our interview
should be 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so tonight, 2 weeks, and then
Are we not releasing who we're interviewing yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
Excellent. Y'all stay tuned because it's going to be a great 2 weeks of interviews. But man, that is a great question. That's a tough question.
It is, because there's so many situations that could go around that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just know that from a leader point of view, that one of the things I hear all the time is if your employees don't feel like they have a voice, if they don't feel like that they are really contributing, that's a culture killer. You know, I mean, just a culture killer. And I think that is one of the biggest, that's what happens when you have a weak leader and you have a really strong team.
Yep.
They have some really good ideas and thoughts and things that they want to try. But usually that's the weakness of the leader, is only wanting to do it their way. And there are lots of weaknesses as a leader, but in when people come and talk to me, that is usually the key. That's usually what's happening.
Yeah, and I think a couple things that I thought through. If you're that one key leader that realizes, man, we have a weak boss and we're carrying the team, I would say stay where you're at and continue to build unity amongst the team, right? Keep that team together, work hard, take ownership of the situation and go, I have a place to lead, which is not much, but it's leading the people around me. The other thing I thought through, 2 things were, is your leader doing too much because they don't want to let go? It's kind of what you were saying. And what's the relationship that you have with that leader? So if it's a weak leader and I'm a strong teammate, how can I begin, and we've said this, extreme ownership, and some of the things we've said is how can I chip away at this this relationship with this leader and help him or her realize, hey, I can help you, and here's what the team's feeling. Hey, it's all about tact, right? I walk in, I can say, hey, you suck at doing this. Our team's ready to quit. If you go in and you go, hey, can you tell me what you were thinking when you planned this? Because the way you're kind of planning it, I can see some holes in it. Do you care if I share some ideas with you?
But I think I love your positivity and your spin on that. I really do. But I just, more often than not, I see it where the leader is really stuck in their ways.
So they're centralized. They're not wanting to be centralized.
Right. And that I think when it comes to that, one of the things I was thinking about is, how do you know if that's the case? Well, one of the things, if you may not even realize that that you're a strong team or that you have strong people, but if you're constantly frustrated with your leader, if you live in this constant frustration, there's something going on.
Yeah. So so the extreme ownership is one. If you've tried to go build this relationship, the second thing is you're gonna have to make the choice to leave.
Right.
It's ownership.
Yes, and I think that's when we talked about that in our last Q&A about how do you know when it's time to leave.
Yeah.
And a lot of that comes down to weighing kind of like the pros and the cons.
Oh
my goodness. We're a hot mess.
Checking out my armpit.
Oh my
Thank
You
god.
never know what's going to
Thanks
happen
for
when you're live.
sticking with
Hold on,
us.
1 second. I got to take it off the wall a little bit to let it
Okay,
sit.
what
There
are
we
we
go.
doing? Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Let's hope. If you were watching that, we almost had an incident.
Yeah.
If you were listening, what happened is the whiteboard fell off the wall.
Yeah. Adina's trying to kill me.
Here we go. Yes. Okay, so related to that, we did have a question come in on Facebook that says, how can a leader be proactive about getting real and honest feedback from their team about how they are leading?
That's a good question.
That's
yeah,
good.
I think one of the things that come to mind is what I would ask. Hey, what is your system for hearing from your employees? So if you've never heard from your employees, then there's a culture change that needs to happen. For instance, back in the day when I worked for an organization, every Monday I knew I was going to see every single employee at some point. If it's not Monday for you, if it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever, Tuesdays, 15 minutes with every single employee. Hey, how's it going? What can we do better? Have some kind of system to go, I need to touch base with this employee.
I also think about if you're the leader and you want your staff or your people to tell you how you're leading, you have to start small because they're gonna tell you little bits of things and they're gonna gauge your reaction and until they can see how much they can trust you. And so I would say, if you're new, it's going to be like just having those small conversations, asking for that honest feedback in small conversations where they feel safe, where it's not too big, and then working your way up to that. If you have been their leader for a while and you're not getting honest feedback, I would really say, does your team trust you? Because if your team doesn't trust you, then you're not going to get that honest feedback.
Yeah, I think, like you're saying, so have the culture, create a culture where you begin to hear from your employees, right? Because if you're not, like you said, there's an issue if you're not wanting to listen to them. There's an issue with maybe, and no one likes criticism, but constructive criticism to get you better is good. I mean, but you have to create that culture. Like he's asking, if you just start
small.
Yeah, but if you start off big and you go, hey, what am I not good at? Well,
right.
Boy, you better get ready for answers.
Or nothing. You're just going to hear crickets.
Yeah.
And then you've totally gone backwards. But I think about, have it be about one situation. Hey, like when we did this, how do you think that went?
Yeah.
Or, and so give them that safety net of being able to see how you're going to react to a situation.
So what do you think about going, if I'm the leader and I'm trying to get this culture where I find out, hey, how can we get better? I would probably start with key leaders, one-on-one, say, hey, let's go out to lunch. No reason why. And just go, hey, I'm investing in you. I want to get this person.
I'm going to disagree with you on that. And
why?
Only because, I love that you immediately are like, why? Because I have been in that situation where my leader has come to me and it seems to be a very nonchalant conversation, and all of a sudden they want to know, well, what can we do better? How can I? And I'm like,
what if it's genuine?
Do you really? Well, and I'm just saying, for me, like a little bit more preparation.
Okay, so but that's what I'm saying. What
right.
if I'm the leader? And
but you can't take me to lunch just and then spring that question on me.
What what if our sales are going down and say, hey, Dean, I need to meet with you next week. Next Wednesday, be ready. Because I'm ready to change the culture on some things.
Right, or even like I'd like to talk to you about what's happening with our sales. Okay, great. Give me something to focus on.
Yeah.
So don't catch me off guard, because you know what? I have a lot of opinions
But what
about a lot of things.
Is start with the key leads, because they carry influence on your team.
For sure.
So what's your culture like? To hear feedback, create
Have
a
a
culture,
system.
and have a system, but use your key leads so that you're not the only person doing it. Like, let your key leaders ask that as well. Hey, how can we get better? So, hey, Mom. My mom said hello.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Christina
Hi,
said
Mommy.
order a tripod. That's way too easy, Christina.
Listen, this is our first time.
Yeah. And so if you're hearing this and you're not seeing this, you guys gotta understand it's
It's
Q&A. We've already lost a whiteboard. We lost a phone.
It's been a
pop
hot
socket.
mess.
Etiana's been our savior. So we're gonna give away
Oh, it's
t-shirt
time.
or hat.
We're
Can you
giving
tell
something
us on
away.
Instagram?
Yes, we can tell you who's on Instagram right now.
We're gonna-
It is my
Just
mom,
Okay.
my wife.
Okay,
Taylor.
I'm not putting Jamie on.
Let's put and then Jamie
I got
Allman.
Jay, Ashley, Michael, Tina, Taylor, Kenna.
yeah.
Jamie
That's his
Allman.
one. Ashley, did you get Ashley? She's on there.
Yep.
Okay.
Jamie Allman.
Okay.
Are we doing like a random drawing?
Yes.
Okay.
Christina
Our
Habs.
pick a random
Oh,
name.
never mind.
I got Christina on
Oh, we got you. Here we go.
there. Listen.
Oh, Taylor Salazar. Did you put
I
her?
got her too.
Okay.
Hey, she's yelling at me over
Yeah.
So the winner is
Christina.
Christina
Hobbs.
Hobbs.
Christina Hobbs. You will get a free t-shirt or hat of your choice. I know you have the first edition, so we'll get you a second edition t-shirt or hat for your husband.
There you go. All right,
We
let's
can
keep
give
going, because you know.
All right, number 3. Hey, Jay, that was a great question, man, by the way. Thank you for asking that, man. That was a really good question. So number 3?
Number 3, what would you tell someone who is brand new to writing out goals? I would say congratulations, good job, way to have some goals.
Yeah, I would say be as direct, as in get as close to the target as you can. Be precise. Don't be like, I want to lose weight. That's freaking awesome. But go, I want to lose 2 pounds every week, and my goal is to get up Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now you know Monday, Wednesday, Friday I'm getting up. You can even go even more. I would try to say, get it simple and precise so that you can go, this is my goal. What's your goal? To wake up as early as I can, or to wake up at 5 a.m., to walk 2 miles, and to lose 2 pounds at the end of this month. There you go. You know what you're doing, and it's the target. To me, it's don't leave any room for the arrow to go to some other freaking target.
Totally agree. And I think we talked a lot about I don't even remember what episode it was. I wish I could nail it off. But about how when you attack and whenever you accomplish small goals,
Setting tangible goals.
what it does was it creates that dopamine, that serotonin, and that is what I would say is when you have a goal, set other smaller goals in relation to it, where you can feel fulfilled every single time. But I would also say before you're going to sit down and write out goals, I would highly encourage you to do like a brain dump, to sit down and just write down all the things that are on you. Because I think sometimes something's not feeling right in our life. And so we think, we want to set this goal.
There's a frustration.
And what I have found is that sometimes when you're just dealing with your frustration, you're not really setting the right goal. You're doing like the first obvious thing, which it could be like, well, I want to do this, but I want to lose weight. Well, that may be the secondary one. Really, what you might be going after is something entirely different. So I would highly encourage you to do a brain dump and then kind of categorize it into the different areas and see where you're struggling and what area you really want to move forward in.
Yeah. And don't try to start too massive of a goal.
Yeah.
Maybe say I'm gonna lose 25 pounds this month. That's awesome. But dude, think through that. Try to, how do you nail it one bite at a time? And I think like most people don't realize this, but if you wake up before 6 a.m. or 5:30 a.m., man, kudos to you, because most people don't. Like, that's a goal in itself. Let me just get up at
4 a.m.
4 a.m.
That was just because I couldn't sleep this morning.
And Jocko's watch this morning said 3:18.
3:18.
I was
I
like,
saw
what?
that. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to post that just so I can be like,
Do
hey,
it.
I got up too.
Yeah. Tag him in it.
Yeah.
So anyways, on those goals, be as close to the target as you can. Don't shoot so many arrows. Try to go, hey, here it is. And you know what? It's not about accountability, but share it with someone that can celebrate with you, and just go, hey, you know, because you may encourage someone. I don't want to use the word accountable because it's not.
Right.
Invite somebody.
We're not going to get started on that. Yeah. Well, invite somebody to walk with you. You know, I think about like this is a great example. I knew that I wanted to take better care of myself, and so I did a boot camp. You know, and what I did was I just invited everyone I knew to come with me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't so I would get out of bed and go, but it was because I wanted that, and I want to share that with other people. Yeah. And so let's go. I like to do things in community.
So that's exactly what I wanted to go to, because to me, I don't want to work out with anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I can wake up, I'm in the garage by myself. You got to find something the way it works for you, right?
Yeah.
But it's not about having someone else there to make you lose the weight. No, you're making the choice to lose weight.
I did not say I wanted to lose weight. Let's be real clear.
Okay, but what I'm saying is whatever.
I'm just kidding.
Anyways, did Christina let you know that she knows that she won? She must be present to win. I don't even know if she was here at that point, but maybe she was. All right, so that was a great question. We got any other questions online? Anything? No. Okay. Where are we at? Number 4?
Number 4. What is your biggest payoff since practicing decentralized command?
Boom.
So I think that's good, because it's kind of like what are the pros of practicing decentralized command?
How would you explain decentralized command for those people that don't know what it is?
Well, decentralized command is when you let other people lead. When you do not feel like you have to have...
And you're the leader.
I'm the leader. I don't have to have control over everything that everybody's... I let the people that are in their places, I let them lead, and I trust them to lead.
Well, what happens if they fail?
It's my fault.
There you go.
It's my fault if they fail.
Yep. You guys, you have no idea how long I've been working with Adina to say that, because extreme ownership is something totally... It's pretty tough it's a tough pill to swallow when you go, I have no idea. I know they're out there working, but if they fail, it's on me.
And I'm okay with that. Like, that part, it is, if I have picked the person and I have put them with, and I had ownership over training them and leading them, but what happens sometimes is you come in and somebody's put underneath you, and you don't have any ownership or any training or any, you're not allowed, which that is not decentralized command. That is working in a centralized command. And that's what's really difficult for me. That is difficult,
But I think, so decentralized command, so what's the biggest payoff to me? And honestly, this is why this is one of the reasons I started Made for More, is because I want to work with people. You guys want to work with people. We want to work with people to see that light come on, and they run with something, and you go, you're doing it. Like, we didn't do anything for you. We gave you the tools. And if it was us going, hey, do this, then I'm just running your business for you. That's not the goal. The goal is to build leaders up to live a life where they go, I was made for more. And what are you doing? You're doing it. Like, you're leading yourself. You're leading your company. You're leading your people. And so the biggest payoff for me is to watch people succeed, get that dopamine hit, and then go, man, where the confidence turns into, I can do this. I actually can do this. And it's been pretty cool to see that. So,
well, and as a leader for like an organization, your organization will have so much more momentum and move forward so much faster if you are letting all of those people lead, because they have gifts and talents and skills that as talented as you are,
if not more,
but because they're able to focus 100% of all of those gifts and talents, they're going to move the ball forward so much faster.
Yeah, rather than you go, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? What are you working on? Just let them lead. Let them go. You can check in, create the culture where you check in, but don't micromanage. So, and that's my biggest payoff is going, I want to see someone succeed in what they're doing.
And I know Mario's not gonna like this, but even within Made for More, that is like part of our culture. Is, you know, if you have an idea or you want to do something, like, you just do it. And I think that's part of. I mean, it's part of the culture that we've worked hard to create here. And you definitely practice that. Yeah,
it's interesting because like it was a little bit of last night. Like, I posted something on social media at the same time that Tiana was posting, and it was her day to post. But I went ahead and started posting, and then when I looked at it, we were posting at the exact same time, it was her story, 2 of mine, and then her story. And I was like, I just screwed this up because I decided to do it.
Because you didn't trust the system.
Exactly. And so
trust the process.
I stepped over the process, which means I should have just texted her and said, hey, when are we putting this up? And she could have said, hey, it's actually up there now.
Or you could have just trusted that she was going to do it.
Exactly.
Because she said she would.
I'm just telling you right now, it's not easy to practice that, and you're going to fall back on that. But the other part of that is the biggest payoff too is watching Adina just recently switch jobs. It's not easy to switch careers or jobs, and then watching her, what would you call it, light up because she's doing something she dreams. I don't think she thought this could come to her this quick, and there's this opportunity to create, to be creative, and to produce, and she started doing it, and then we noticed the difference in her going, she's doing it. And what's funny and that most people don't know is she went to this place, and what she's learned from us, Made for More as a team, she quickly got there. And I won't say what happened. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Hopefully, they don't watch this or hear this. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, within the first week, she gets a raise
Yeah.
because she's practicing what she's heard. As in, it's not about me; it's about the team. Let me invest in this person right here.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you, you're not always gonna get a raise, but the mentality of it's not about me; it's about us. It's about we, not me. Pays off. So
good job,
Adina.
Adina.
How does
Decentralized leadership not lead to decentralized vision?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. Did you hear it?
Yeah, well, I read
you
it.
read
Yes. Yeah.
Another great question from Jay. You know what? He. I think we should give him a shirt. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We owe him 2
You owe
t-shirts
him like
and a hat.
100 things.
Anyways, that's a really good question. So reading that out loud, it says, how does a...
Here, I'll read it out. I can read it out because I can say it. How does decentralized leadership not lead to decentralized vision?
Yeah, hey, if you guys just joined us, I'm seeing some new people join us. Hey, stay on because we're about to do another giveaway. So that's a really good question. I feel like, here it is. You have multiple stores, right? Let's say you have 4 stores. One vision, 4 stores. How do those 4 stores not turn into their own stores, right? One, you have to keep the vision out front. Like as the leader, you have to make sure you're meeting with the owner or whatever to go, hey, it's check-in, right? It's a culture of check-in, almost like what he asked earlier. How well do you know your people? How well do they know you? The vision, and how are you checking in on them? Like,
well, but I think too, like the first thing that came to my mind is that if you're practicing decentralized leadership, then that gives you way more energy and time to solely focus on restating the vision and communicating the vision. And like making sure that is communicated and led in everything that you do.
Yeah.
That should be like, as a leader, that should be like your number one thing.
Yeah.
Is I am casting the vision, and I am making sure that we are holding tight to that vision with everything that we do.
Because from the outside, if I came to you and I said, hey, what do you do? And you go, hey, nothing. I just go in and visit, tell the vision. I'm going, that's it? Yeah.
Yes, good job.
Because those people
Yes.
do it. Or the flip side, Jay's question could be bad as in, hey, what are your people doing? Oh, I have no idea. Well, you have no idea that they're out there selling Jordans out the back door, putting money in their pocket. So again, it's knowing your people, creating that culture, but it's so cool to be able to go, hey, you run a whole team of this and they're doing it for you? Yeah. How? We have a culture of checking in, shooting the vision. My role specifically is to shoot the vision.
We have a strong vision.
That's a good question,
that we
Jay.
all work towards.
You promised a shirt like a year ago. Never got it.
Jay, Adina will make sure you get a shirt. We're not going to leave it
I
tomorrow.
sent it in the mail.
Mentiroso.
Whatever. Okay, so we have some more. Let's do another giveaway.
Okay.
Can Christina win twice?
No.
No, I took her off.
What?
Sorry.
Okay, so we have Daniel,
Okay.
Andrea, Taylor, and my mom.
Okay.
Don't put my mom. I mean, you can put my mom.
I
There's
put
Ashley.
Bobby over there.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going, it's going, people.
All right, we
Here we
got
go. Here
giveaway.
we go.
Winner is Taylor Salazar.
Taylor Salazar. All right, Taylor, you can message Tiana or text her if you know her number, which you probably do. Text her, just let her know what shirt you want or hat. So it's up to you. So how many more questions do we have time for? Oh, I need to check where we're
I
at.
think we have 2. We have 2 more questions. Let's go ahead and.
We're doing pretty good on time.
Yeah, we have
That's good.
one question, and then we have 2. Okay. It says, what is y'all's favorite? Motivate, inspire, encourage, and why.
Your daughter.
I know. McKenna is like, of course she won.
So if you guys don't know this, Taylor just won, and she's Adina's daughter, and then McKenna Ramsey is
also on there, my other daughter.
And I want to see them fight. Anyways.
McKenna just goes and takes my Made for More shirts out of my closet.
There you go, McKenna. So which is your favorite? Let's start with you. Motivate, inspire, encourage.
Motivate.
Why?
Why. Yeah, okay, why? Because I think that I think motivating is a natural, it's like it's something that comes naturally to me. Like, I want to see something in you and I want to help you get there.
And so people understand, go back and listen to episode 1, because Adina's not talking about I'm your cheerleader, I'm gonna say, hey, way to go, you got this, I'm gonna puff you up. No, it is about figuring out.
Yes, like I love to see the potential in people and see things in them that they cannot, and then help them get there. And so that is by far my favorite. The favorite part of this is the motivate part.
Will you explain all three of them?
Yeah. So motivate, inspire, and encourage. Motivate is the why. Like when someone says, "What is your motivation?" That's more about what motivate. It's your why. Inspire is, man, there's stories of people that have gone through certain things and they're here to inspire. You're going to hear some throughout, Made for More's community. And then encourage, here it is. This is probably my favorite, encourage, because it's the practical steps of, okay, Mario, I have a hard time managing my time. I love being able to talk to them about, okay, so what are you doing? I like giving them tangible steps that tie in with their why, that tie in with what they can accomplish, but here's how you're going to get there. And I like breaking things down to go, okay, so like we said, you want to lose weight, or hey, you want to show up on time, you want to be better time management. I love being able to go, okay, this is what's going to fit your schedule, try this, and let's watch the results happen. And so that's probably my favorite, is encouraging, the encouragement side of it. So
yeah,
that's good.
I love it.
So motivate, inspire, encourage. Anything else on there? Let me see. We're still doing good on time. I mean, it doesn't have to go the entire. Any last questions from anyone online before we get going? Let's see if anyone else has any questions before we go to the last question. Anything that we need to share with them before we take this last question?
Well, Clint Sackett wants to know why you wear your hat backwards.
Shadows.
Shadows.
Shadows?
Yeah. Tatiana answered that for me.
Shadows,
Clint. Thank
you. There you go. Very important questions.
We've had two giveaways, right? So should we give away one more after this?
Yeah.
Or do it right now?
Do it right now.
Okay, one more giveaway. Last one. Man, we're losing out on merch here. Just kidding. So Clint.
Anyone on Instagram?
We have Ashley, Daniel, and Andrea, and my mom. Perfect. Man, I love you guys for being here. I really do appreciate it. We're going to air this on Sunday, so make sure that you share this with people if it's something that's going to help. So here we go. We're giving it away. The winner is
Clint Sackett.
Clint, look, you just log on.
Clint.
Make a couple of comments and you win.
Yeah, so Clint, you can choose from a t-shirt or a hat, man. Atiana can hook you up with that. So, guys, if you don't know, you can buy our merch on our website, www.madeformoreconsulting.com. So what's up with this? This last question.
You ready? I'll ask it. You answer.
And I got to tell you that I had to write something for this last question.
Good. That's good. You ready?
I hope this. Yeah.
It's good. No. Okay.
I hope so.
The question is, what advice do you have for graduating seniors?
So, I like this question because we were at a senior night and I saw some seniors graduating from a group, and I thought through my daughter, she's graduating from 5th grade going into middle school, and then you think of 8th graders going into 9th graders, and then you think of college graduates, and then you think of life. So I thought specifically seniors graduating, and I thought, when you enter school, you hear about the ABCs, and I thought it'd be cool to tell them about the ABCs once they graduate from high school. Why? Because they know them. But here's what I thought, I said, okay, I want to leave them knowing about the ABCs. And so with that, I said the A is for adversity. And I said, I don't have to talk much about adversity to you because this year started in adversity. I don't know. I remember the last time I heard of a class starting out in a pandemic or having to socially distance, wearing a mask, checking on Zoom and Zoom meetings. Adversity is where you started, and really they're here because they beat adversity, and adversity didn't beat them. Most people will focus on the storm that it's coming up, but you must be the person that allows adversity to equip you with the mental focus as you pass the storm, to make it through, to lead others. The storms are coming, and they may arrive one right after the other, but eventually they're going to subside, and when they do, you'll have to allow adversity to teach you and not beat you. And every one of us, every single person is going to face adversity, and not one of us is exempt. Every one of us has the opportunity to learn from adversity. The question that each one of us must ask ourselves is, do we want to take the opportunity to allow adversity to teach us, or will it beat us? So A is for adversity, and it's coming. B is for breathing. Just take a breath. I would be dumb to think that you don't know that breathing is a vital part of life, right? I know that you know that, and it's important. But for some reason, when busy seasons of life come, and they will, and we just know they're coming, we often forget the importance of taking a deep breath. We move the margin that is created for breathing, and we replace it with busyness. And though life may come at you fast, you have control over the energy spent and used daily. The importance of tasks will vary, but the fact that life is spent in small increments of time is often forgotten. Do not waste small increments of time. Do not forget their importance. Most importantly, you must not forget to back up and take a deep breath. Do this often to evaluate your progress, your performance, and your purpose. And when you forget to breathe, and there'll be times that you're going to forget to breathe because all this is going on, I said fight. Don't give up. When things get intense, when things get overwhelming, when life begins to hand you a tough hand, force yourself to back up and breathe. Fight for what you want. Fight for your way, the way things should be. But in the end, remember to breathe. So the ABCs is A, adversity, B, breathe, and the last one is this. Probably one of my favorites is confidence. Many of you cannot wait for this moment of graduation. You thought about it so often in prior years, and now you're here. Life, though, has a funny way of bringing with it fears instead of confidence. Remember, though, you were made for this. Made to advance and create change in the world. Change comes from uniqueness you bring to the world, and having confidence in that uniqueness and what it offers to the world. Confidence will conquer fear. Here's the other thing about confidence is it creates and cultivates creativity, and it allows for you to believe in yourself. When you have confidence, just know the critics will come. The confidence will push them. Listen to this. The confidence that you have will push them to remember what they were created for. Critics will always be here, but never second guess your worth, and live with confidence because there's only one of you. And again, with confidence, do not mistake confidence for conceit. Conceit speaks from pride, and confidence speaks through humility. Conceit has something to prove to everyone, while confidence always pushes to improve. Conceit will always look for a way to walk alone, and confidence looks for ways to invite others to improve. So adversity is what every human being has in common. And when adversity arrives, take a step back and breathe. And again, lastly, lead with confidence, because when you do, you show others, again, and you remind others that they were made for more. And so I want to challenge the senior class this year. And I think about my 5th grader going into 6th grade. If she can realize that there's going to be adversity, there's going to be tough times, she has to breathe, and then just be confident in who she is. I think college graduates, I think us in life, the ABCs of life, adversity, breathe, and have confidence. So hopefully that was something that they can take, and it wasn't cheese ball.
So, good. That's good. I think anybody can use that. I think it's the right time of year, because it's kind of what we're focusing on. All the graduates and everybody's kind of moving on to the next phase of life, Yeah. So it's good.
So you have an incoming freshman.
I do. Incoming freshman.
Incoming 6th grader. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
That's it.
Anything else?
We did have one more question that I think we should answer pretty quickly. It said, what would you tell a new leader on how to go into a new team?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it is.
A new leader going into a new team. Mm-hmm. I think one of the things that when I'm put in that situation, I think one of the smartest things to do is don't be the know-it-all, right? At some point, you're going to be able to flex your power, your leadership. Don't do it right off the bat. And when I mean flex, meaning they'll see who you are at some point. They're going to know you're a great leader, or they're going to know you're a conceited leader right off the bat. For me, it's going, hey guys, again, I just use weird scenarios, but going in and going, hey, you know what, guys? I'm new to this. You guys tell me how your store's running or how this works. I don't know it all, so why don't you show me? I don't want to buy their, whatever you want to call it, their teamwork, but I want to get to know them. So, hey, you know what? I'm going to host this at lunch. Lunch is on me. And again, you just break down the walls that they have already put up. And number one, most people say, hey, can I trust someone? Whether it's a teenager, whether it's a student, whether it's a child, whether it's a working relationship, one of the first questions I think we ask ourselves that we don't even know it is, can I trust this person? And so as long as you go in wanting to build that relationship of, hey, I don't know it all, and even if you know it, why don't you just go in and say, hey, how do you do this? How do you do this? I know how I would, but how do you do this? So build the relationship, I would think, first, and don't come in knowing it all.
You said it with way more words than I would have said.
What?
I was going to say, listen more than you talk.
There you go. That's perfect.
Which is exactly what you were saying.
Perfect, yes.
Is when you go in, listen more than you talk.
Mm-hmm. That's perfect. Yeah, just listen. Because if you remember, that's it. Don't even have anything else to say.
There you
just
go.
Listen. Clint, there you go. Good question, man.
All right.
What did he said? That's good. Gotta get that posted somewhere to share. Thanks, Daniel. Daniel also works with students. Man, I just want to say thanks for Adina and Etiana for being here.
Well, thanks for the people that came and hung out with us on our live.
Exactly.
We are going to do this again.
Yeah, we will. Tyler, my wife, we missed you guys. I know you guys were watching. But seriously, like Adina said, man, Made for More as a community, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we're doing without you guys here. Stay tuned for the next 2 weeks. It's going to be an awesome interview. That's it. I think so. Follow us on the socials. Adina's coughing.
I'm coughing now.
I was gonna say she has the Rona, but I'm just kidding.
I do not have the Rona. It's already had the Rona.
So, anyways, do we have extra water somewhere? Actually, people can see this time because her eyes are all red.
I'm telling you.
So, anyways, follow us on social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Share our stuff, man. I love whenever we see some of the, and it's not about the likes and all that. It's about the impact that a quote can make, or the impact that maybe something can help someone. So let people know about this podcast. We're gonna be dropping this on Sunday. Glad you guys joined us. So glad that you were with us. And so let's wrap it up. Remember, you exist for more. You're here for more. Don't ever give up. And remember, every single one of us was made for more. Thanks, guys.
Bye,
We'll
guys.
See you. All right.
See what happens. Jake just
Thanks.
said.
Thanks, Andrea. So good to have you guys. Daniel, we'll get that posted. I think that Etiana and I were going to see if we could make it a clip, an audio clip, or make the a video out of it. I made a video of it out of it last night, but it was so weird. It was awkward. So it worked better with the question.
Make a clip with.
Yeah.
Are you still on Instagram?
Guys, I appreciate y'all being here. We'll talk.
That was
We'll
good.
talk to you later.
I told Mario, like, the Instagram, but the post that you had with, like, the phone and the graphics. I was like,
I told her that you were
so
she
good.
goes, oh my gosh. And I was like, yeah.
That was
legit.
so good.
Thank you.
I was like, holy cow.
I'm glad you
Hey,
liked
Get
it.
him
So-
off posting. I'm like,
We're
what?
trying.
I downloaded the video to keep it on my phone just in case we want this. Like when you drop, dude, that would be a funny behind the scenes, like, or a blooper. Oh, we're
Yeah.
still going.
Yeah.
The
Anything
blooper.
to say to YouTube?
That'd be cool. All right, guys. Later.